Resolutions. Some people love them. Some people don't do them. Some people it doesn't sit right. Goals. How do you approach it? Is it more conversational or is it these concrete ideas and this is going to happen or else?
Honestly, after the busyness of December, who wants a big long must-do list, right? Like we just had a list like that. So to start off the new year, we decided to frame it a little bit differently.
I think it's really a hard topic, and we learned about it, and we're starting to redesign our outlook on how we want to approach this. Welcome to Redesigning Health and Home. I'm Meg.
And I'm Carrie. We love creating beautiful, functional spaces and living healthy, vibrant lives. So join us as we chat about simple, practical ways to take care of your body, mind, and your home. Whether it's fitness tips, home decor ideas, or navigating those big life moments, we're here to share what works for us and what doesn't, with some encouragement along the way.
Let's redesign this life together, one step, one room, and one habit at a time.
Hey, Redesigning Health and Home. It's Meg and Carrie. Welcome to Redesigning Health and Home in 2026. How about that, Meg?
2026, our second year of Redesigning Health and Home, and I'm so beyond excited to do it with you.
I hadn't even thought of it that way. That's so sweet. You're right. This is our second year of this podcast, and we are so grateful that you're joining us today. A lot of people are talking about goals for 2026, and we are going to get into that in a little bit different way. But first of all, Meg, we were thinking about New Year's and remembering back to when it was December 31st of 1999. Do you remember?
I cannot forget.
What were you doing? Do you remember?
Yes, I was out with a nice big crowd and we have been friends since. And we were at one of those parties that you had to buy the ticket for, a New Year's Eve party. And you got unlimited food and drinks and dancing and fun and the DJ and the whole shebang. And everyone was just waiting for that turn of the clock, turn of the calendar, if it was even going to happen.
Yeah. Y2K, right?
Y2K.
Year 2000, everybody was like, what's going to happen? Are the computers going to freak out and not know what to do? We actually looked it up trying to refresh our memory as to why that was such a big deal. But I guess the computer people or whoever's in charge of this was concerned that when 99 turned over to 00, that it would think that it was 1900 instead of year 2000 and that everything would go crazy and flights were not going to go and computers were going to crash and all this terrible stuff. And luckily, we outsmarted ourselves and everything was fine.
We did. I remember when everybody was doing that New Year countdown and then the lights stayed on and the party continued. We were just like, oh, wait.
And then the Prince song comes on, right?
Yeah. My
Party
gosh,
like-
so much fun back then for sure.
Party like it's 1999.
Woo. So, Carrie, this goal situation, well, let's be honest.
Yeah.
We've been on the pod for quite some time today.
Yeah. This is take number 7. Take number 7. And, you know, it happens sometimes where we kind of lose our focus or one of us makes a blunder and we start over again or we're like, yeah, this is not headed in the direction we intended. And so retakes happen. But 7 is a lot. And I think the reason behind it, you discussed with your husband, Gib, and I think he hit the nail on the head. So will you tell us what Gib had to say about goals?
Well, Carrie and I really wanted to do, because it's a hot episode topic out there on all the podcasts in the podcast world, everyone's goal list for 2026.
Yeah.
But as we've discussed and we've found out today, it's not that easy. Even though you and I have planned, we prepared for this, we wrote down our goals in all the categories. I think resolutions, some people love them, some people don't do them, some people it doesn't sit right. Goals, how do you approach it? Is it more conversational or is it these concrete ideas and, this is going to happen or else? So I think It's really a hard topic, and we learned about it, and we're starting to redesign our outlook on how we want to approach this.
Yeah, I agree. So, how it felt earlier today, because we took a bit of a break, we're like, let's rethink this. And we talked to both of our husbands, and they were giving us some good suggestions as to, kind of maybe how to approach it a little bit differently. And I think the way that it was feeling for us, and maybe that's how it feels for you too, is it quickly felt like a to-do list. Like not just a to-do, but a must-do list. And honestly, after the busyness of December, who wants a big long must-do list, right? Like we just had a list like that. And so to start off the new year, we decided to frame it a little bit differently. We all have goals that we've had in the past, or maybe they're not even goals that we even think of as goals. They might just be habits that serve us really well. And we keep doing them, like brushing your teeth, right? It's just something that we always do. It works for us. We keep doing it. Then there are the new things that we would like to introduce, and we know that it would be good for us or work well for us. And then there might be things that we feel like we have to do, or that we always do, or that we are doing that maybe just don't serve us well anymore and that we need to let go of. And so we decided to kind of approach it from that way. So we recently did an episode called Something's Gotta Go, where we had two two things. We had to keep one and get rid of the other one. So today our format is similar but different. So you know the old adage, Meg, when you got married, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. Well, I changed it a little bit to suit our episode today. And instead, we're doing something old, something new, something that's no longer serving you. So it's 3 things instead of 4. And how we looked at this before Meg and I jumped on the pod was what habits or goals or things that we just do, maybe not even thinking about it, regularly that are real anchors in our life and have just really made a positive impact on our everyday. What is something new that we want to start? And then what is something that's no longer serving us that we need to or would like to just let go of?
Carrie, that's brilliant because I was thinking about it. There's many camps of the way people are approaching this. And I think the universal camp is we all want to, like you said, grow. That's your word, growth.
Right.
We all want to accept or be intentional. So I think just the practice of putting pen to paper, no
Yeah.
matter how you're doing it, no matter how you're approaching this, whether it's resolutions or goals or the framework we're going to approach today, I think it's really great because we're just trying to be the best we can be.
Yeah. Trying to design our lives so that they suit us well, so that we're living our lives how we want, right? And just taking a moment. This is a new year. It doesn't have to be a new year. You can stop and reevaluate, redesign, get rid of goals any old day of the year. It doesn't there's no magic about this. I think because December is a lot and the new year, fresh new number. We're like,
Right.
okay, let's have a fresh new start. And I do love the word fresh. It sounds very clean slate. So I do love it from that perspective. But you can redesign your goals in your life anytime, any age, any day of the week. And so this is just us talking about the things that serve us well and the things we want to try and the things we want to get rid of. So that's how we're looking at this.
I think that's really smart because, like you said, why does it have to be January 1st? Because I did hear a couple episodes from other shows saying, I have my goals. I don't need January 1st. But I mean, that's why there's birthdays and anniversaries because it's just that pinpointed day. Hey,
Yeah.
let's take a look at it. You can keep going with those same goals, but maybe it's a good time to review,
Yeah. Yeah.
redesign.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I like it. So on that, now that we've set up the framework for you, here's our something old, something new, something that's no longer serving you. And by you, I mean me for this step. So my first set is around my relationship with my husband and our marriage, which is top priority for me. I have an amazing husband who cheers me on and is just my biggest fan. So something old that I don't even know how long we've been doing this, but he always calls me as close to 12:30 as he can every day, Monday to Friday from work. So he has his lunch, and then he usually tries to get in some footsteps for the second half of his lunch hour, and he always calls me. Even if I can't take the call, and I'll say to him, you know, I'm going to be doing X, Y, or Z at 12:30, he'll still call me. And even just seeing that I missed his call is just like that constant, right? That reminder that, oh my gosh, like he's always thinking of me at 12:30, and it's just super sweet. We sometimes chat long, sometimes it's just a quick, I'm heading into a meeting, just wanted to see how your day is going, really something short. But so that's something that we'll just keep on doing because it works really well for us. Something new that my husband and I just started in the last couple weeks is reading a book together. So he actually got a book as a gift called Dark Squares. It's a chess book. I actually gave it to him as a gift, and we decided to read it together. So I will say he did the majority of the reading, but we took turns. We'd make a cup of tea and find a comfy place to sit, and sometimes it would be just a short, quick couple pages. Sometimes it would be longer if we had more time, but we really enjoyed it. And then when it was over, we're like, well, what book are we going to read now? So we just finished Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell, and he got a new Malcolm Gladwell book for Christmas. So pretty soon we're going to start that. So that's something new that we're going to carry on until 2026. Something that's no longer serving us is saying yes to things that we don't want to do, either as a couple or as an individual. So, for example, my husband, huge fisherman, loves to go fishing, go to fishing events, tie flies, go to fishing group, all those things. When our kids were little, it a little bit upset me because I would be like, oh, it's the weekend and our time to be with the kids together. But now, just being at the age and stage we are and being more mature, I know that he needs that disconnect from work and reconnect with the outdoors to be his best self. And that's okay. So we're letting go of saying no to things that don't serve us. Have you ever been invited to a party where you're just like, I do not want to go to this party, but I really feel like I should? We're like, why? Right? Because you're not going to bring your best energy if it's something that you don't want to do. It is okay to say no. Whether it's both of you saying no, or maybe one of you like, well, I really wanted to go that, and the other one doesn't want to go. That's okay. That's okay. Everybody just do what they want to do. We'll all be happier for it.
We'll all be happy. Oh, Carrie.
So that's my first set.
First set. Oh, and you kicked it off so great. The 12:30 phone call. I was just gazing at you. That's beautiful. And then the book reading. How nice.
Yeah, it's been really nice, actually. We've been really enjoying it.
How was that Dark Squares?
So interesting.
Really?
And I don't even play chess.
Chess.
We talked about chess. Very hard game. Very hard game, Teddy and Pete. But it was more about his life and his life story than about the game of chess. Absolutely fascinating. If you're interested, he grew up in a cult.
Wow.
Story is as much about him trying to break free of this cult as it is about chess, and how chess was part of the reason why he was able to get out of it. Amazing.
Amazing story. Dark Squares.
You would love it.
I would love it. Okay.
Yeah.
This is making me think. We just posted our word of the year from our platform that we record on,
Yeah.
wouldn't it have I didn't even know what the word was gonna be when you sent it to me. You said you got it, and it was blankets, blankets, but what if it was chess?
Right? It
It
might,
could have been.
and I'm like, what in the world were we talking about blankets so much? And like we both said it a lot, but I was like, blankets, blankets, blankets. Like it was crazy.
That gave me the biggest giggle chuckle when you first sent it to me. I thought, "This is perfect. This
I
is
do really
classic."
like blankets
I
though.
really like blankets.
I mean, they are
We better zip it or it's gonna be our word for
it's
next year too.
exactly. We need to come up with a new word.
Yes.
Okay, Meg, I want to hear what's your first set of something old, something new, something that's no longer serving you.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to the health category.
Excellent.
And you and I have discussed that a non-negotiable for me is stretching bedside before I crawl into bed. And I hope to post those videos eventually. There's always time. So I do that. It just makes me feel really relaxed. I do my kind of prayers with the stretches. So those two are just a wonderful, almost preparation for bedtime for me.
Yeah.
And then something new is to up or increase my nightly skincare routine.
Mm,
Yeah, I want to make it, I don't know where the win would be. I want to say at least 4 out of 7 days would be considered a win.
right.
Just, I have the items, and you and I have discussed, I don't know where this sits with you, but I like kind of clear counters.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a lot of items and I put them underneath or in my drawers. So then when I'm going to bed, I'll just quick wash my face and brush my teeth and not, maybe I want to use the excuse, not think about it, but I just don't take the extra time to pull out my products.
Sure.
The kids or the family last year got me this wonderful, almost an electric current. I
Mm,
think they're kind of popular. Red light.
yes.
And I
Mhm.
was very consistent with it. Okay, this is an oxymoron. Very consistent with it for a little time.
Yeah, I know what you mean, though.
So I guess I was not consistent with it. So I'd like to go back to using it, getting on a good nighttime skincare routine, and I'll consider 4 out of 7 days success.
I love that you put it like that. Because to me, I would have been like, oh, it's got to be 7 days. 7 days or else you lose. And your way of thinking about it makes so much more sense. 4 out of 7. That's over 50%. That's a pass.
That's a, that's over 50%. Well, and you have to think, if you're traveling, or maybe you have a nighttime meeting or call. I don't want to then say, because my life is going,
Right.
hey, I already did it those 4 days. Okay, good. Well,
Yeah,
so that is my something new.
I like it.
And then something that's not serving you is afternoon coffee.
Ooh.
It's
Does it,
not serving me, but it's going to be tough.
does it keep you awake? Or are you concerned about why is it not served?
It's not serving me because I think it's making my early evenings anxious.
Oh,
I mean,
interesting.
maybe I could go decaf, but
Huh.
there's also a couple other components because you and I have talked. We like our creamer,
Love our creamer.
love our creamer. So if I can just do my cup or two in the morning,
Yeah.
I'm totally fine. I'm not even thinking twice about it. I love my morning
Yeah.
coffee, but I will save caffeine consumption. I'll save caloric consumption. So it's just, I'm feeling it's just time
Hmm.
to break that afternoon coffee habit.
Well, you could even have a cup of tea.
Cup of tea, madame. Yes.
Tea.
Cup of tea. Nice
Mhm.
herbal
Yeah.
decaf tea. Yes, I like it because something warm always feels good
Yeah.
on a cool day.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, so those are my 3.
For sure. Well, I'm going to go to health. So something old is walking. That's my most consistent thing that I do is walk. And I feel like the walking is good. I can always do more
Okay.
walking, right? And add more steps. But walking is something pretty stable in my life.
That's awesome.
Something new. I'm chasing you, I guess. Same. Strength training. And I was just hearing somebody talking about even 4 reps with the heaviest weight you without hurting yourself, obviously. You have to be careful. And if you have an injury, then that's not a good plan. But even like something that's fairly heavy to you, even 4 reps of something fairly heavy is a great place to start rather than maybe something that's super easy that you can do 100 of. I don't know what the science is behind that. Maybe you can speak to that a little bit better from the fitness perspective.
I will speak to it. There's a difference between fatigue and failure. So if
Yeah.
you're using those light weights, it's amazing because you can get to fatigue where you feel your muscles kind of burning. But
Okay.
if you put them down, our energy system is really smart and it'll rebuild that energy.
Okay.
And you're able to pick those light weights up and keep going.
Yeah.
But if you went to failure,
Yeah.
where you used heavy weights for
Mhm.
those 4 and you couldn't do if you went to go pick that heavy weight up again,
Mhm.
it would be really challenging. Like
Right.
your muscles
Right.
got really fatigued, you know?
Right.
So that's smart. But yes, you want to make sure you warm up
Uh,
before you go grab a heavy weight.
Yeah.
Cold.
Right.
Make sure
Yeah.
you're nice and warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect.
That makes good sense. And then something that's no longer serving me regarding health is just what we talked about a minute ago, is getting down on myself when I don't have a perfect week of, however, whatever number that is, 7 out of 7 or, right? Like you're saying 4 to 7. I'm thinking that is way more kind to yourself, way more doable, way more realistic. So I like your,
I like those. Well, you are the one that mentioned it when you were doing your plan and we did the recap how you were doing.
Mm,
And you said, I'd like to work out 4 days or 5 days. And you said, I did my 5.
I
And
know.
I still felt I should have done more. And I thought, but you met your goal.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure where that comes from, but that is something that has followed me for obviously a long time.
Overachiever.
And it's no longer serving me, Meg.
No longer serving you.
Needs to needs to move over for 4 out of 7. I like it.
Cute. Awesome. Well, my next set is I feel I'm fairly consistent and good about weekly texts to family, nieces, nephews.
Yes.
Phone calls, I could be better, but I'm fairly good about reaching out just
Sure.
to say, I'm thinking about you.
Mhm.
So that's my something old that's working. And then my something new is I want to write out physical cards and put them in the mail, some happy mail that's coming in your actual mailbox. And last year I had that kind of on my goal list, but I've revised it to just get something in the mail pretty consistently. And I'm excited about this one. And I'm hoping this year it's going to stick.
I love it. I feel confident in you.
And then the one that I'm going to say is no longer serving me is just my high expectation of response.
That set is almost exactly like mine regarding relationships. Mine's the same. I'm very consistent about texting family and friends, my family every day, my girls and friends. I text often, my sisters, to cheer them on, check in with them, whatever it is. How did that thing go that you were doing, or whatever it is? My something new is to make new friends in person or new, at
Oh.
least connections through some kind of group, whether it's volunteer or a club or something. I thrive on being with people in person. And since we moved here, it's coming up 3 years. And I really haven't done very much of that. I've connected with my neighbors, like around us. There's 4 neighbors that I've connected with, but I would like to branch out and, do some networking. I think I would really enjoy that. So my third one under relationships that is no longer serving me is a bit of a flip on your last one. And I love yours about managing your own expectations. I think that's super important and really makes sense because we don't know what's going on in somebody else's life, right? Like maybe there's something going on that for whatever reason they don't feel like they can respond or they just can't. Their phone fell in a river or I don't know, right? We don't know. We don't know what's happened. And yet there's also the extreme of some relationships that have maybe, I don't want to say had their time, but sometimes if I feel like I'm the only one that's really caring about about the relationship, do I need to just let it go? And that's a hard decision to make. But I think sometimes if you manage expectations, but you never receive any kind of indication back, then maybe it's time to let it go, only to kind of protect your own heart and your own peace. Do you know what I mean?
I do. I
Yeah.
do. Gib and I had this amazing priest at a church in Elmhurst, Illinois, and it was around Christmas time, and it was about expectations.
Hmm.
And he had this whole letter at the back of the bulletin, and I can see the words. Almost the only line that felt big to me was high expectations lead to disappointments.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting topic you and I can discuss because I'm sure no one is intentionally not reaching back out or,
Mhm. Right,
we
right.
don't know, but we'll have to discuss that. And I'm sure we're not the only ones feeling this.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. For sure.
Yeah, good one, Care. Yes. So I have a next one about recipes.
Ooh.
Okay. So
Okay.
I have a consistent set of recipes that we really enjoy, like you've talked about. Protein on a salad, protein on a salad, protein on a salad, chili on Sundays, or pot roast, just our set list. Something new, that's my something old, that's really
Mm-hmm.
consistent and we enjoy very much. My
Yep.
something new is to expand my recipe book and,
Mm.
expand my ingredient list. I
Yes.
want to do some of those viral recipes. I've attempted a few, but there's so many fun ones that I
Mhm.
just think that looks simple and delicious. And I want to try it,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
There's so many really tasty looking things out there. Yeah.
There's one right now. It's a Trader Joe's, and our Trader Joe's, the nearest one, is about 2 hours away.
Oh,
So
nice.
it doesn't. So I did our nearby grocery, my own dupe of it.
Mm-hmm.
It is the viral dumpling in the coconut milk and curry paste
Oh.
and soyaki. And you mix the sauce in a pan, and then
Mm-hmm.
you layer the dumplings in.
Mm-hmm.
And then spoon the chili oil in and bake it for 25 minutes.
That sounds so good.
So I bought the grocery store.
Mm.
I tried to match the Trader Joe ingredients. So I'm hoping they're all in my cabinet because I haven't had any of those Thai
Right.
ingredients. So I'm excited about just testing a few fun recipes.
Yeah.
And then the one that is not serving me for this category is my random snacking. It's just not working out, but that's the way I've approached it for so long. But I think it has to change. So I would love to revise that, plan my snacks for the day, make it definitely more intentional. And just the random snacking instead of grabbing something out of the fridge or whipping open the pantry cabinet to see what's in there, I am going to definitely let that random snacking go and revise that one to be a little more intentional and thoughtful in my snacking. So coming up. So I'd like to plan that, and maybe we'll keep that 4 out of 7 as a win for that category. So that is my something that is not serving you, or that you is me. What else you got?
Well, my last set is about the podcast.
Yeah.
So the something old is the podcast. It's not very old. It's only not even a year old, but just how consistent we've been. We've been incredibly consistent. That's 99% because of you, Meg.
No. Oh, Carrie.
It is for sure. And just getting that episode out every Friday is something that we want to definitely hold on to. So I love that. And then something new is just we've brainstormed lots of ways of now what can we do? What can we add? What new guests can we get? Can we, as you say, Meg, do some fishing and see if we can appeal to some exciting guests to come on the podcast? We've already got a couple of guests lined up. You've been invited onto a couple of podcasts, which is amazing. I love that. And what other ways can we connect with the audience? LinkedIn, Pinterest, newsletter, right? There's so many opportunities. We're on YouTube now, which is super exciting. We've been posting some videos on there. So we've added lots of new things, but I feel like there's just so much room for new things to try. And that is very exciting. Super excited about that. What is no longer serving us, about the podcast? Worrying about what other people are doing or thinking, which is easier said than done. Easier said than done, because would we like to have a really big platform like Mrs. X, Y, and Z? Absolutely. But when we really dig deeper into that, those people that have those big platforms have been podcasting for 8, 9, 10 years, right? And we'll get there. We really feel like we will get there, but we need to just keep our eyes on our own game and on our own audience and our own mission, and not worry about what everybody else is doing, and maybe worry a little bit less about what people are thinking. Meg and I are very conscious about what people think because we don't ever want to offend anyone, but sometimes it's okay to take a little bit of a risk, right?
I agree. I love that so much. And I want to also jump on the podcast too, because you've inspired me along with our community with our wonderful words. Those words are inspiring me to continue every day. We just want to make the podcast the best. And like you said, we are consistent. What is working? We are very consistent. We think about it all the time. Carrie and I joke, if we were to roll out our text thread, it'd probably be a mile long on a scroll.
Yes.
So it's very fun. It's always fresh. It's
Mhm.
always considerate. And that is just the best part of it, honestly. And Carrie, your word of the 2026 growth, I do want to bring that in along with all of our other words to the podcast, and something that can be new, like you said about reaching out. Yes, I want to reach out and network with other businesses or podcasts to see how we can just continue our growth in the positive way. You and I have talked how we will check, how many followers we have. I would love to double our follower count, but if it's slow or if it's fast, I need to take a deep breath, and it's happening, and we see that growth, and we're seeing it every day with
Yeah.
the amount of people that engage with us on our socials.
Yep.
And the reviews and ratings. It's really heartwarming, and I'm excited to see what 2026 brings.
Yay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too, for sure. And I I know this episode is about goals, but I think taking the time to have gratitude is always a valuable, humbling, and fulfilling exercise, right?
It really is. And this has been so great. And I love, that we're doing good stuff.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
And we just want to make it better.
Yeah, exactly. I would love to hear some of our listeners' goals, plans, whatever they might be. We just touched on some of ours for 2026.
Okay, Carrie, this is super, super duper random because it's just a few that I was thinking about. I'm pretty consistent about going to the grocery store on a weekly basis now.
Mm-hmm.
Weekly basis.
Yeah.
I used to go to the store on a whim. I want this, I want that. But one, because we're removed from the store.
Right.
But two, we try to do a grocery list for the week. We really use our groceries and then we go next week. And I have a little buffer in the pantry, which is very nice. So I want that's old and seems to be, it's a habit now. It's
Yeah.
working really well. Okay, so my next just little set is something old was going to the store on a whim. So
Mm-hmm.
I could get those ingredients for those recipes, which was fine. It's the way people shop.
Mm-hmm.
My something new that I recently started is doing weekly grocery shopping.
Uh-huh.
And we just make our list and use that food through the week. And at the end of the week, we do another one, mostly because we're removed and it's a little further from the grocery store.
Uh-huh.
And that I really want to make a good, consistent habit about it.
Mm.
And then my something that's not serving me very well is kind of, I don't want to say endless, but random Amazon shopping.
I'm so guilty of that right now.
And this is the time,
Yeah.
right? This
Yeah.
is the time,
Mm.
but I want to be a little more mindful of it. There's so many great products. You and I love to share our favorite products,
Yeah.
but just, maybe if I need paper towels
Uh-huh.
or something, just do one good chunk
Yeah.
order so
Yeah.
that truck doesn't have to keep coming so
Yes.
often. So
Yes.
just want to be a little more just mindful of that. So I'm going to let go of the sporadic and kind of little bit more of what I'm doing with my weekly grocery shopping. Just be
Yeah.
more mindful, make the list. Maybe I can plug in that larger order instead of those little orders.
Yeah, because things can sit in your cart and wait for you to press send, right? And
Yes.
I like that. And now that the holidays are over, I think I can get back to that as well because I liked the little note you get from Amazon, like, oh, you're helping with missions if you have like one delivery day per week.
Right.
Which really do I need anything so badly that I need it tomorrow morning by 8 a.m.? Probably not.
Exactly.
Very rarely, right? So I like that one. And you reminded me when you were talking about the shopping and getting things. My husband and eldest daughter have a rule that I would be very wise to adopt. And it is something in, something out. And it's about clothes. So if he gets a new shirt, one shirt has to go. So he'll pick the rattiest shirt or not that he wears ratty clothes, but you know what I mean? Like
Yes.
oldest shirt or one that is maybe not his favorite. So if he gets something in, something's got to go. And we'll donate it if it's still in good shape.
Yeah, that's
That's
perfect.
really great because then your closet doesn't get to the point of bursting because you always are maintaining that same number of items.
So smart.
It's so smart. And Jessica does the same thing because she, like we talked about before, she doesn't want to have to manage all this stuff. And she lives in an apartment in the city, so she wants things to have a place and not feel like they're spilling out. And yeah, it's something I could really take a lesson about from that perspective. Maybe that's something new I can adopt.
Yes. Well, besides all of this, I have a little bit of a list of some things that I'm going to plug in my planner, so we can discuss that as the year goes on about what we're attempting in our health and our home and family and friends and relationships
And fun.
and
Right?
fun and career and work and all that stuff.
Yeah, all that good stuff put into our new, fresh 2026 planners. I'm
Woo!
excited.
Oh, this has been a lot of fun. I like the idea you came up with. That was really awesome.
My husband Pete gets the credit for that. Something old, something new, something that's no longer serving you. We would love to hear what your list would look like. If you would like to share it with us, you can send it to us in a message on our socials at Redesigning Health and Home on Instagram and Facebook. We're also on YouTube with some videos, and you can email us at redesigningshealthandhome@gmail.com. And if you're not already following us, Meg, how do people do that?
Yeah, I actually have a website now, fitfedfeelinggood.com. And then also on YouTube, Fit Fed Feeling Good, and Instagram and Facebook, the good old standards. How about you?
Yeah, for sure. You can reach out to me at Homestyle with Carrie. I also have a website, Facebook page, and an Instagram. So I would love if you came over and checked out. And in the meantime, if you're listening to Redesigning Health and Home, but you're not following us yet, if you would hit that follow button, we would love to have you as one of
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for tuning in. I hope this leaves you feeling good, and we'll see you next Friday.
See you next time.
Thanks for listening to the Redesigning Health and Home podcast. If you've enjoyed this episode, we would love for you to like, share, and follow along so you can catch us on all future episodes. You can find me, Meg, at Fit Fed Feeling Good on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
And you can find me, Carrie, on my website at homestylewithcarrie.com and on Instagram and Facebook at Homestyle with Carrie. That's Kerri. And you can find both of us at Redesigning Health and Home on Instagram and Facebook. So join us next time for more inspiration on creating a home and a lifestyle that truly supports your best health.